So I just finished The Blues Brothers, and it was not for me. Here are my thoughts. As someone who has just finished watching The Blues Brothers, I have to say that I was quite disappointed with the movie. While it had some moments of humor and a few decent musical performances, overall I found the pacing to be far too slow and the plot to be lacking in substance. One of the main issues I had with the movie was the amount of time it took to get going. The opening scenes were overly long and didn't really do much to establish the characters or the plot. In fact, it wasn't until about halfway through the movie that I started to feel like there was any sort of cohesive storyline at all. Once the plot finally did kick in, it was fairly straightforward and predictable. The Blues Brothers are on a mission to raise money to save the orphanage where they grew up, and they do so by putting their old band back together and playing gigs around town. Along the way, they have to contend with a vengeful ex-girlfriend, the police, and a group of neo-Nazis who want to put an end to their musical hijinks. While there were a few funny moments scattered throughout the movie, I found that most of the humor fell flat for me. It often felt forced and overly contrived, and I didn't really connect with any of the characters on a deeper level. The musical performances were decent, but they didn't really make up for the lackluster plot and slow pacing. Overall, I would give The Blues Brothers a 5 out of 10. While it had its moments, I found it to be a bit of a slog to get through and not particularly engaging or memorable. If you're a fan of classic comedies or musicals, you may enjoy it more than I did, but for me, it just didn't quite hit the mark.